So I am not perfect. I make mistakes just like everyone else, and this off season is no different. There are three things that I'm looking back at and saying I was just wrong. So I'm gonna admit to my wrongness. Is that a word? Let's get into it.
You want Philly?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and it is Philly the podcast. Today I want to talk about three things that I was just completely wrong about going into this preseason. We're going to definitely talk about it. But before we get into that, be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the family. We are on the road to 4K. And shout out to CreditKingCo.com for sponsoring this video. We'll talk about it more a little bit later, but let's get right into it, man. So the Eagles, are now out of preseason. We got our games in, we got all our practices in. Now we wait for the regular season. And there were some cuts that were surprising. There were some things that happened over this off season that were very surprising. So I'm going to get into the three things that I felt like I was wrong about. All right. And it's no real order. I'm just giving you three things. I guess we'll start from three, you know what I'm saying? But really no importance in the order. But number three is going to be Carson Strong. I don't want to sit here and act like I thought Carson Strong was going to be great, but I thought it was going to be very interesting. I thought that Carson Strong coming into this camp had talent, right? We knew that he had the arm talent, just couldn't stay healthy. And then the Eagles just didn't even play him. I mean, he literally was waiting for snaps to hand the ball off with like a minute or two. Like, we were literally treating him like our backup when we were up 40 points, right? Where you put him in the last couple of seconds and let him get some time. I didn't understand the lack of playing time that Carson Strong got. I mean, and then we obviously cut him. We gave him like $320,000 guaranteed money. Like, it just didn't make sense. I thought we were going to give him more of an opportunity to realistically make this squad. We gave Reed Sinnett every single opportunity in the world when he wasn't doing anything with it. So I'm not sitting here saying that Carson Strong was a great quarterback and I'm surprised he didn't catch on. We're missing out. Nothing like that, but I am kind of surprised that they didn't even give him a chance. They didn't even really give him a shot to make this roster. Could be speaking levels to what they saw in practice, right? Early on in this training camp and during practices, we heard he was not doing that well, that he was looking very bad. I don't understand why you let him stay on the roster this long if he was that bad and you already knew you weren't really trying to hold on to him, maybe just another camp arm. I feel like at a certain point, if he's that bad, you can go get another camp arm that's probably a little bit mediocrely better, right? So I don't know. It's just a very confusing situation. I understand that we have Gardner Minshew. We have, obviously our 1 and 2 set, right? We have our starter. We have Gardner Minshew as our backup, a guy that we feel comfortable going in there and winning us some games. But it just made no sense to how they treated Carson Strong, if I'm being honest. And I was wrong about it because I realistically thought they were going to give him a shot. I thought they would give him a shot to even compete with Jalen. I really did think that. I thought it was going to be an open competition. It wasn't, and I'm not mad at that. You know what I'm saying? I really am not mad at that. I'm cool that my team is really having my quarterbacks back. That's dope. And he has all the weapons he has. No excuses this year to go out there and play. I was just a little bit surprised on the lack of use from Carson Strong. So that's going to be the first one that I bring up. The next one is going to be Devon Allen. Or Devin Allen. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to say it. But either way, Devin Allen, I did not think he would make this roster. I did not think he would even realistically have a shot to make this roster. I thought that he was brought onto this team because of everything going on outside of football. In the offseason, he was out there running a bunch of different track meets, winning some races, obviously getting, kind of played in one of the races where they said he was too fast. But, he was out there running races, out there representing not only himself and his sport, but, representing the Philadelphia Eagles, right? He's winning meets saying, "Fly Eagles, fly, go Birds." So I just felt like it was a media thing. I thought it was a PR thing. I thought it was one of those things that they're like, oh, let's just, this will look good on the Eagles outside of football. I didn't think he really had a shot. He obviously, it looks like he might make this roster. It really looks like he might make this roster. It looks like he might even have a real role in this roster, right? I've seen some people talking about the possibility of the Eagles going 6-7 deep at the wide receiving position and doing that mainly because they want to keep a guy like Kane. They want to keep a guy like Kobe. They want to keep a guy like Devon Allen. It'll be very, very interesting. Obviously, it's not, concrete. Anything can happen at this point. He can make practice squad or anything like that. But it just is, it's very interesting to see the usage that he's gotten, especially towards the end of camp. And it's I wouldn't be surprised now. You know, earlier, obviously, I would have been surprised. I wouldn't be surprised now if he makes this roster because he has shown that he has the speed. He has shown that he can move in pads, right? One thing that people sometimes get lost in is, yeah, a guy's fast, but can he move in pads? And he's shown that he can do that. So I'm a little bit surprised, and I was wrong about Devon Allen. I will say that I was wrong about Devon Allen. I didn't give him a shot, and he proved me wrong, and I apologize for that. I was wrong, so I'm going to take that. One thing I know people have an issue with is their credit. I know one thing they don't want to admit they're wrong about is messing up their credit. But the sponsor of today's video has a solution for that. Shout out to CreditKingCo.com. They are now trying to give you excellent credit for the fraction of the cost of other companies. And not only that, it only takes 45 to 90 days. So stop waiting. Go to CreditKingCo.com and fix your credit now. Get that credit you deserve and go buy that, house or yacht, or maybe you just, spend some more money on some, super thank yous or super chats. Who knows? But get that credit up. Shout out to my guy Moochie, man, and shout out to CreditKingCo.com for sponsoring this video. But let's get into the last one, man. So the last person that I am wrong about, and I'm gonna, this is not probably a good I'm wrong about, but it's going to be Jaquiski Tartt. I think that a lot of people thought Jaquiski Tartt came in here and solidified our safety room. Obviously, he was one of the first people kind of allowed him to go and figure out what he was going to do on the free agent market. I thought Jaquiski Tartt brought that veteran presence that we needed. I thought he was going to come in here and automatically make our defense way better. I thought he would get way more play time during the preseason with the 1s and 2s. He was like a third teamer the whole preseason. I'm not really sure what happened. I don't really know if he was brought in here just for that. It could be very possible that they had no intentions of him being the starter. He was going to have to really show out if he wanted to take the spot from Marcus Epps or Anthony Harris or Kayvon. I don't know, because Kayvon Wallace really didn't show me much, right? But it's like, why Jaquiski Tartt didn't even get the shot? Jaquiski Tartt didn't even get a shot to really show what he was. And I don't know. He had a big hit. One thing I will say is in the beginning of training camp, he was missing for I want to say the first week. I could be wrong, give or take a couple days. I don't understand. Maybe that was what, kind of made him in bad graces with the team. They just didn't see him around the team enough. Maybe they didn't feel comfortable enough that he got the system. I just was surprised with Jaquiski Tartt. I really thought that he would make this roster. I did. Shout out to Bo Wolf. We had Bo Wolf on here, and he told me a couple weeks ago, that he felt and he was told that the Eagles organization would not be mad if he didn't make this roster. They felt that said more about this team than it did about Jaquiski Tartt. So maybe this safety room is better than we think. Maybe Jonathan Gannon made another dumb decision. Maybe, I don't know, but I was wrong about Jaquiski Tartt. I thought he would make this roster at the very worst as our third safety. Is it money wasted? I've brought this up a lot. Is it money wasted? We'll see. We'll see how good these safeties are. If these safeties aren't good, then I'm going to say it's money wasted, because you could have had Jaquiski Tartt, who's at the very least solid, right? If these guys are good, then no, it's not money wasted, because you made them go out there and fight for their job, and now, you're getting the best out of them. So it's a two-lane street. We'll see what happens. But those are the three things I feel like I was wrong about. And, being honest and open about being wrong is tough. So if you guys enjoy this, hit that like, hit that subscribe. As always, if you make it this far, you are beautiful. I love the jacket you got on today. Is that a new hat? You're awesome. But other than that, y'all know what it is, man. It's Fly Eagles Fly. And we are out here. Peace!
Eagles fans everywhere, this is for
Yeah.
you.
Fly Eagles flying on the team. Touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a Bird Gang Nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here cool on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man soft. Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randolph. Season head.